Welcome to Google Docs. This first video, we're going to focus on formatting. This will be the first in a series of videos to help you learn more about Google Docs. Feel free to pause the video at any time if you want to investigate a little bit further. There's no rush, so please take your time. Now let's jump into Google Docs. The first thing that you really need to do when creating a new Google Doc is to decide where you would like to house it. This will make it a lot easier when you need to come back and find it, continue working on it, or share it with someone else. Today I'd like to create a brand new Google Doc in my newest folder. So I locate my folder, double click on it to open it up, and then using the big blue button that says New in the top left-hand corner, I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to select Google Docs. Please notice that there is an arrow here. You do have two options. You can create a brand new blank document, or you can use one of their templates. Today I'd like to just do a blank document. Go ahead and click on it. If you have any comfort level with a Microsoft Word or other word processing tool, Google Docs will not be far off. You should feel pretty comfortable when you open it up. You see your blank page in front of you, and then up near the top you see this toolbar. This is the best place if you have questions to go up to, hover over, and you will see a nice little drop down that will tell you what each of these items are for. The very first thing that I would suggest that you do when creating a Google Doc is to go to the top left-hand corner and get rid of the untitled document and give the document its real name. For today, I'm just going to call this my practice document. Once you've got your name title in there, you can either hit return or come down here and just click on your blank document. I do highly suggest when naming your documents that you keep the name simple and straightforward. Don't come up with fancy or frilly names, something that you probably will not remember. Keep it simple. You also notice that you have a folder icon up here. If someone else has given this document to you, shared it with you, or you found it somewhere else, or you forgot to create it in the location where it really needs to live, you can click on this folder and it will give you your whole structure. You can see that this new document, my practice document, is in my newest folder. If I needed to move it somewhere else, I could just use these arrows and it will give me a list of all of my other folders. I don't wish to change the location, so I'm just going to click back on my document. If I were to ever decide to change the name of my document, all I need to do is come up and click on the document up here, and I can easily type in there and change the name. Now, another really cool thing about Google is that it automatically saves for you. You never have to worry. There's no save button that you need to do. If something happens and your browser crashes on you, or your Wi-Fi turns off because the power has gone out, you never have to worry because you can see up here at all times it will tell you all changes are saved. That is one of the beautiful things about Google and has made my life a whole lot easier. The last thing we're going to discuss is the margins. This is one of those basic yet can prove extremely important to your document. My default is set for 1 inch on the top, bottom, left, and right. There might be a time where I do not wish to have this 1 inch margin. And in order to change that, up in your toolbar on the far left, click on File, come down to Page Setup, which is almost at the bottom, and then in this new pop-up window, you see the margins over here to the right. All I would need to do at this point is decide what my new margins would be. I like to leave 1 inch at the top. So I click in that box, and the easiest way to toggle down to the next box would be to hit your tab key. I'm going to change my bottom to 1/2 of an inch, tab again, take my left to 1/2 of an inch, and put my right at 1/2 an inch. Here's also where you can change your orientation to landscape view. You can change your paper size. And if you want to go a little bit wild and crazy and punch it up a little bit with color, here's where you can change the background of your entire page. I don't suggest this for a majority of your documents that you create, but sometimes a little bit of color is going to go a long way in creating that visually appealing document for yourself. When you've got your margin set, when you have your orientation and paper size and page color decided on, you click OK and you're back to your document. You can see that your margins have changed. My cursor is much further to the left and you are ready to go. I hope this helps you learn a little bit more about the Google Docs formatting. And remember, there's always more to learn, so come back and join me again.